Welcome back, warrior. We are reading the Book of Mormon, another testament of Jesus Christ. We're reading 2 Nephi chapter 12. This is what we're going to be highlighting. All right. Here we go. Isaiah sees the Latter-day Temple, gathering of Israel, and millennial judgment and peace. The proud and wicked will be brought low at the second coming. Compare Isaiah 2, about 559 and 545 BC. Okay. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, we're going to go Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days when the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let's go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of God, of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. O house of Jacob, come ye, and let us walk in the light of the Lord. Yea, come, for ye have all gone astray, every one to his wicked ways. Oh boy, hold on a second. We're going to highlight wicked ways in the yellow. See this? So, wicked ways. Therefore, O Lord, thou hast forsaken thy people, the house of Jacob, because they be replenished from the east, and hearken unto soothsayers like the Philistines, and they please themselves in the children of strangers. Okay, soothsayers. Their land also is full of silver and gold, neither is there any end of their treasures. Their land is also full of horses, neither is there any end of their chariots. Their land is also full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands, that which their own fingers have made. Okay. Idols. And the mean man boweth not down, and the great man humbleth himself not. Therefore forgive him not. O ye wicked ones, enter into the rock, and hide thee in the dust, for the fear of the Lord and the glory of his majesty shall smite thee. And it shall come to pass that the lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. Let's see, how far do we got? Okay. All right, so now we're going to highlight the verses. There we go. Okay, so General Conference weekend just passed, and it's literally my two favorite weekends of all time. Yes, I love to travel, but yet conference is my favorite, and we have traveled during conference, and it is not my favorite. And so I think it's easier for me to focus on the words and the messages when we have conference at home. Because when we have conference at other places, I feel like I'm missing out on the traveling and sightseeing because we are at a place watching conference inside, because I don't like going anywhere when there's conference. I just want to listen to conference, and so I want to sit and relax. However, we did go to Mexico, I believe, one time for conference, and that was fun because we had rented this one place, and it was awesome, and I was able to prepare the kids some conference kits or packets, and so that was pretty cool. But it was one of our better conference trips. However, I was just like, you know what, we're gonna We're going to stay in town for conference because it's less stressful for Mom so that she can focus on the words of the messages that are shared. And it's so important for me to listen. It fills my bucket and it's huge self-care. Okay. So here we go. It says, for the day of the Lord of hosts soon cometh upon all nations, yea, upon everyone, yea, upon the proud and lofty, upon every one who is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. Yea, and the day of the Lord shall come upon all the cedars of Lebanon, for they are high and lifted up, and upon all the oaks of Bashan. Okay, so let's see. Proud and lofty, lifted up. Okay. And it says, and upon all the high mountains, and upon all the hills, and upon all the nations which are lifted up, and upon every people, and upon every high tower, and upon every fenced wall, and upon all the ships of the sea, and upon all the ships of Tarshish, and upon all pleasant pictures, and the loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be made low, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day, and the idols he shall utterly abolish, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks, into the caves of the earth, for the fear of the Lord shall come upon them, and the glory of his majesty shall smite them when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see what we are doing here. The loftiness and haughtiness be made low, idols. Okay. And then it says, and it says, then when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Okay. In that day, also, can you tell my nails? Oh boy, they're struggling, right? Look at these. Oh, I get really bad cuticles and weak nails and hangnails and all that stuff. It's the worst. Anyway, that's my moment of telling you that I need a manicure of some sort. Okay. In that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which he hath made for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats, to go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged rocks, for the fear of the Lord shall come upon them, and the majesty of his glory shall smite them when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Cease ye from man, whose breath is in his nostrils, for wherein he is to be accounted of. All right. So this is Isaiah speak here. And as you can see, I'm a little bit confused as to what's going on. But I know that they mentioned something about the mountains of the Lord, and I can tell that that's usually the temple. I can tell that he's talking about people who have idols and that they're going to bow down. And so that's kind of what I see in these chapters. So go to the temple and stop having idols that are not, or stop having idols. Worship the Lord and worship him in his house. That's what I understand. All right, now we're going to write the Book of Mormon page titles. We're on page 82. It says, Nephi quotes Isaiah, proud and lofty, brought low at second coming. Okay, see, there it is. We almost had it. I didn't quite specify that it was at the second coming, but, that's all right. Okay, 82. Nephi quotes Isaiah. Nephi. Yeah, see, I definitely need that manicure. Not trying to have idols of doing my nails, but just I need a little self-care, you know? But I'm currently in the middle of writing a book, and so everything is on hold. But I need to make sure I read my Book of Mormon, because we know that we make better decisions when we read the Book of Mormon. So we don't want to miss those days. Okay, so Nephi, quotes Isaiah. Nephi quotes Isaiah. Proud and lofty brought low at second coming. Proud and lofty brought low at second coming. All right. So I think that's good. All right. That's where we're at. And until chapter 13, stay strong, warrior.